welcome back to another episode of America's and the whole world's favorite pitch practice,
The
the
show.
show. We are back once again, family. We are back. Glad to see us back. We've taken a little bit of a detour, but we've been around and we are back. We're not going anywhere, Brandon.
No, last week I was actually in your neck of the woods, so we didn't have a chance to meet up. So I was traveling. So unfortunately, had to miss. I didn't have a steady base camp, so to speak, to set up a show. And last week you were what, selling a house or doing something? So
Yeah,
you were a little busy.
I am still doing that. I am still doing that. Great news is I've got a tenant. I've got a
Good.
tenant.
Good.
Ready to sign the paperwork, moving in a matter of weeks. So I've just got a little bit of preparing of the place to get it ready for them, and then moving from the rest of my family, closing on that house, and we're going to be moving in there by the end of this month. Brandon, wow, has this year has been a wild ride so far.
Yeah, and we're 10 days from the end of March. So we'll be 1/4 of the way through the year already. And where has it gone, really? I mean, this year seems to be flying faster than last year for whatever reason.
Yeah. So, how was your trip to Texas? Did you get some barbecue? Did you attend a rodeo? Do you have a cowboy hat? What about cowboy boots?
All but one of those. You have to guess which one.
All but one.
Actually, none but one. Yeah, none but one. Only one of those. You got to guess which one.
Okay, so I don't think you went to a rodeo.
No, I didn't have time for a rodeo.
I don't think you own. So it's either, do you have a cowboy boot or do you have a cowboy hat?
No, don't have that.
Oh, you don't have either one of those.
No.
So that's what I said. Cowboy. Oh, then
Barbecue.
you must have had barbecue.
I did. It was airport barbecue, but it was barbecue, I guess. for what it was.
What was the name of the restaurant? What was the name?
Oh, I don't remember. It's one of those. It was a chain restaurant. Yellow Cup. That's how good they were. To even remember the name. I just know it was a big yellow cup that I got. I think it started with a D. Dickie's Barbecue.
Dickie's. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yes, I've heard of
Okay.
Dickie's. It's a chain. It's a chain.
Yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, it's airport barbecue. So I know it wasn't the best Texas barbecue you could get, but it was at least meat and sauce, and I guess it was okay. Overpriced being in an airport.
what did you have? What did you have?
Brisket and ribs with
Ooh.
mac and cheese and coleslaw, and whatever bread they had with it, and then a big old 32-ounce cup of pop, which I probably shouldn't have had and should just went with the unsweet tea or something. But I needed the caffeine and the sugar because I was tired. So the reason I was in Texas was my main company that I work for we had a trade show. The main company I work for does industrial durable graphics and overlays.
Mm-hmm.
We was at the Design to Part show in Irving, Texas, and it was an opportunity for us to get in front of buyers and business owners, small and large,
Mm-hmm.
to partner up with and help them with their branding needs and or functional printed part needs. And we got a decent number of leads, about 75 to 85 decent quality leads to follow up with to get some projects in. And we actually got some quotes in the door this past Monday, and we were there last week. So fingers crossed they go through and we get some projects in. But it was definitely an interesting experience, especially when it came to the marketing side of it.
Yeah. Yeah, perfect segue to our phase 3 of the book that we're in right now, which is, look, I got my physical copy. Did I have my physical copy last time?
I don't think you did. I think I was the only one who did it. So yeah, so we got that.
Yes, yes, this book has some thickness to it.
It Well, I would say he could have left out about 200 pages um, leading into it, but he did have to kind of do his own, perfect webinar. This is basically a perfect webinar in book form. The first 25% of it is just his backstory on how he got into the deal. Plus, there's a lot of dead space and pictures. But anyway.
Oh, hi there, Planning for Paradise. Great to see you.
But yeah, so we're in phase 3. We did 1 and 2 the last time we was on here, and I fumbled through phase 3 and 4. We're gonna go back to that again and actually do it better. Okay. We're about getting leads and contact details, which what I did last week.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think it's the perfect segue into what this chapter is about. Phase 3 is about capturing leads and getting contact details. And that's one of the important things. Now, you did that in an in-person scenario. Yeah. So when traditional marketing, you can meet people in person, but you want to bring those contacts and leads into a system or something online where you can communicate with them either one-to-one or one-to-many. And can you tell us about the importance of what that meant for you and even getting those contacts there, Brandon?
Yeah, so if you look at marketing any which way you want to do it, I mean, there's definitely a different medium. So we were in person. Our booth was like our website, right? So we had it set up and staged properly, like a website would be. We took at least I took a page out of the Ultimate Selling Machine.
Oh, really?
And we had a little theme going on in our booth for March Madness, which is starting up today.
Today. The brackets are in.
So we started up today. So we had a little basketball thing. We wore jerseys and had a Pop-A-Shot there that people got a kick out of and all that kind of stuff. So not really much space to do anything too crazy. And plus, it was our first show back on the circuit. But regardless, we had the attention, right, to get people into the booth. And we had our table set up. And that's kind of our bullet point, so to speak, on the things that we did. And then we had the ability to scan people's badges to get their contact info, which was, the opt-in form, so to speak, to kind of speak with us. Now the task is going to be to reach out to them individually. All the leads have been kind of graded based on the note taken, et cetera. Reach out individually and then put the rest in a drip campaign to automate the lead nurturing, so to speak, to eventually get the quotes in. Because not everybody was there to buy right then and there. Some are, 6 months, 7 months, a year out. So they're going to need a little bit of nurturing to, one, remind them that they talk to us and get them comfortable with doing business with us for the services that are provided. Mm-hmm. And that's the same thing that have to do online, right?
Well, you know what? When you go online, here's a question that I want to pose to all those out there that are listening right now. Here is the question about your opt-in form / opt-in page. What is the single purpose of your opt-in page? Give us that answer down in the comments. Let us know what is the single purpose of the opt-in page. And we'll put your comments on screen if you answer it. If you answer right or if you answer wrong. Interesting difference though, Brandon. Online, you typically not just going to ask for their contact information, but what we talked about in phase 2 was creating your your lead. Well, we called it a lead magnet, but I think Sabri Suby calls it the perfect bait for your dream buyer. So, so when you're out there in this in-person scenario, did you have a bait, or was there anything that you were giving in exchange for their contact information?
Yes. So we did have a contest. If they scan their badge, they were going to get one of five or so prizes. The top prize was an iPad. The second prize was an Apple Watch, and then we had four or so, 3 or 4 gift cards to Amazon, various denominations that we were giving out. We also handed people out little stress balls that were basketballs. Plus, we had sample kits of the materials that we kind of print on, which give an example of one the clients that we've worked for, along with a QR code to scan to the website, thanking them for visiting us at the show. So it was a custom landing page to the to that show to then capture their information that way as well if they wanted to send us a quote over.
Wow. Was it branded material?
It wasn't. Well, the label on the bag itself was branded. Obviously, it had the company and the QR code that went to the website. But as far as the materials that were in the bag, no, it wasn't branded to our specific company. But it did show the types of work that we've done with other brands in those projects. It kind of gave us a little bit of clout, so to speak, on who we've worked with in the past, as well as currently working with. And how we can, produce the similar materials for them.
Right. That might be a really good tip for you when you're out there building out your dream bait for your landing page. That thing that's going to attract people, and it's think about this. This is a lead magnet right here. This is a lead magnet to his perfect webinar, basically. But not only does it serve as a lead magnet, but it also serves as it's going to multiply itself. Like the what did you have those little stress balls?
Yeah.
Yeah, those stress balls. So when you think about it, okay, because a lot of us online, we're used to digital products. They, with digital products, you can hand them out like, like a piece of paper because they don't have an expense back of them, right? Now those stress balls, those pens, those things that you did, you had the perfect, you had the definition of a perfect lead magnet for a giveaway. That was a great idea. So that's interesting to hear about. Now we want to answer this question. What's the single purpose of the opt-in page? And Sabri Suby talks about this in the beginning of this phase 3. And that answer is,
that's it. Just get contact information. You're not looking to sell them right then and there. You got to take them out to dinner first, wine and dine them a little bit, give them that high value content offer, because that's what you're given first. That's the HVCO, your high value content offer, which is again either the free report, the checklist, the book, the ebook, etc., just to get people used to hearing from you and knowing, understanding, what you can offer them down the road. A lot of businesses get this wrong. They're trying to sell right from the get-go. I see pretty much every website I go to is sign up for a free quote right now. Call for a free quote. I was like, that doesn't work. You're missing out on 97% of the market by doing that. Your website should be, set up for top of funnel and then working people down the ladder, I guess, or up the ladder, however you want to put it.
yes. And I know that some of you out there listening are saying to yourself, well, you know what? I put a lead magnet out there and nobody's opting in. Womp, womp, womp.
Hey, be careful doing that. You might get fired from a school doing that.
Oh, doing what?
Womp womp. No, there's a little story about that guy from Florida got fired because he did the womp womp because he didn't give one of his students a day of bereavement for getting broken up with from his girlfriend.
Are you serious?
Anyway, a little off topic.
What's a day gonna do? You need at least a month off getting broken up with your girlfriend.
You didn't study for the test because he got broken up with.
Oh, what an excuse. Womp, womp, womp. So as we go through this book in this phase 3, Sabri Suby is going to give his take on what it takes to make a killer opt-in page. And I want to know if you think that is your lead magnet more important, or how you describe your lead magnet more important?
How you describe it is more important, because you can have the crappiest lead magnet ever, but if you can get people to at least, if you can sell it enough to get people to give them at least your email address, you'll be good, because at least you got the email address, right?
Right.
Might be a little bit more of an uphill battle if they didn't like the lead magnet, thought it was junk, right? But at least you got it. And the thing that's really going to sell it is the first thing that they see on the page, which is usually what?
The headline.
The headline, exactly. So
the headline. Yeah. The headline and the image. Yeah.
The image sells it as well, but the headline for sure. And then the subheadline kind of reinforces the headline. It kind of walks them down to, again, exactly what they're going to be getting. And then summarizing it in bullet points helps them, moving them along as well. And then any type of social clout that you can put in there helps as well. That's where you see all the as seen in banners, right?
Either the social proof, which are the credibility forming statements, or the testimonials, which are the there's that difference between the social proof and the credibility portion of it. That there, I think with a killer opt-in page, and Sabri Suby breaks down some of it here, and I think that he breaks it down and talks about a headline, a subline, ultra compelling fascination bullets, a visual representation of what they're getting, and of course, you need to have that form that people are going to be able to input their contact information, and then of course you got to have a back end. How are you? You got to have something that's collecting this information for you, so you're not manually writing it down, or that's just not very productive or streamlined.
So what would be the perfect software to use then?
Well, I'm going to show you a few of my most favorite lead magnets that I've shared and people are using. Maybe I won't go for the the one that I sent you the other day, the one with the morphing feature.
Oh, that was nice.
It's nice, right?
I think we need to show that one. Let me get that pulled up. You show yours, I'll show that one. Let me get that pulled
up. All right, okay. Yeah, so okay, because that's what he does mainly for the rest of this page. But if you're out there struggling with people opting in for your lead magnets, it can be tough. It can be tough, especially if if you're new, and you put your lead magnet out there and you think that, or you've seen someone else put up their lead magnet, and then you whip something together. You see a lot of comments inside of the the main ClickFunnels group, and people coming in and asking questions. I've got my lead magnet. It's a journey that will help them. A lot of time, the mistake they make, Brandon, is they're talking about the product. They're talking about the thing,
Mm-hmm.
and when you're describing your lead magnet, and then this comes from a little bit of Alex Hormozy, what do you want to talk about?
The end result.
Exactly.
From the thing.
Yes. You want to talk about, and you want to describe it in terms of the end result. I'll give you an example of how I some copy that I encountered, and it was a fit camp. It was a fit camp, and it was a like a 3-week program that would help me to get back in shape. You'd meet every day for an hour, and then you would go through these exercises. Now, if someone approaches me and says, "Hey, Mark, are you ready to start this fit camp? Come join me in this fit camp." I might say, "I don't know if I want to do a fit camp. It sounds like a lot of work, right?" But someone approaches me and says, "Hey, Mark, you ready to get those 6-pack abs that you've been wanting? You ready to get those 6-pack abs?" You see how that sounds different than talking about a fit camp. You're talking about those results that I can potentially see after going to the fit camp. And when someone says, "Hey, you ready for that 6-pack?" I'm like, "Yeah, I am ready for that. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get that. Let's get that." You ready to show this? This morph. It's called the glass morphism.
Yeah, I'll show it.
Can you? You're gonna show it on your screen?
Yeah.
Can share?
All right, can you see it?
Oh, yes, it's right there.
Right there. So we'll say this was not developed by either one of us. Good friend of ours in the ClickFunnels group actually developed this, and I looked at the back end of it. It's pretty neat how he put it together, with the background and kind of blurring it out, and used the AI imaging built into ClickFunnels to do all the images and things like that, and how everything kind of just slides in. Super nice.
Nice. And you see how that background changed too? Yeah. It's super smooth.
So this image here is the actual background of the entire page itself. So like this is the base background, and this background here is for this section. And the way he has it set up,
see-through basically,
is so it's kind of stagnant, so to speak. I don't know what the real term of it is, and the section just kind of flows over it. Yep. And so as you can see here, if you're reading, I know I'm going fast, but you can pause and slow her down. You can generate all these images in AI. Now, I don't know.
You can generate them all inside of ClickFunnels.
Yeah, with the ClickFunnels AI generator.
Mm-hmm.
However, I've tried it myself. I don't know what they prompt to get these like awesome images, because I never get anything that looks that good.
Sometimes it's just as simple as saying the the quality of the image, like a 3K image. But I agree with you. You see some super awesome images, and you're like, and you try the same thing, and it comes out, and it's like they're missing 2 fingers.
Yeah. It's crazy. And so for this gentleman, this is his lead magnet to get you into ClickFunnels. We can obviously share it ourselves, and if you would like it, we'll be happy to do that. But anyway, and if on the real page there is an exit pop up, I've already triggered it, so it's not going to do it again. To put your email address in and to download the deal, or you can just click this button here down the bottom, and that just takes you to ClickFunnels. But to actually get this template,
click the learn more button.
So it just takes you to the next section.
Oh, it only takes you to the next section. Oh, there it is, right there. Download.
There you go. Download now. Claim this template. Takes you to the top of the page.
Did you see how that morphed in?
Yeah,
that's a good page.
And it's even crazier is like there's 0 custom coding you have to do. This is all it's all in the ClickFunnels software for the animation to kind of just morph in. So super neat stuff you can do. I don't know how long it took him to build this. I'm gonna say probably a couple hours to kind of figure everything out to get it to do exactly what he wanted it to do and to kind of morph in. But yeah, GJD Marketing Solutions Inc. So look him up. There you go. He's in Canada. So good guy. Appreciate him sharing this. If you'd like a copy of it, you can reach out to him or reach out to us. We'll be happy to get it for you. And yeah, that's it. That's our pitch for the week, or at least my pitch.
Yeah. Now
Mark,
that's gonna make my little lead magnet that I'm gonna offer really really basic compared to that one. So in the chapter, in this phase, he really starts to give examples of some lead magnets, some lead capture pages. So I do have a PDF that I share quite often inside of my group, one that's available inside of my group, or if you would like, there'll be a link somewhere around here to join my membership, the Mental Marketer Blueprint membership area, where you get access to these 10 lead capture funnels, as well as tons of other share funnels that you can just click to download into your ClickFunnels account with the click of a button. Take a tour of this PDF real quick, where I just give you a quick description. Even if you do not have a ClickFunnels account, when you download these lead capture pages, you will be prompted to start a 30-day free trial using the ClickFunnels software. These are some lead capture pages here. Here's some more. There's some more. There's with your free report, claim your sessions today. These are all already pre-designed, and you can download them with one click. They also include video instructions on how to download them into your account. These are not as fancy as the glass morphing one, but they still get the job done because they follow the formula. They have that compelling headline that grabs attention. They have a sub headline that's going to restate the offer and what you're getting. And then it has bullet points as well as a visual representation, as you can see on most of those, of what you're getting, whether that was a free report, a cheat sheet, or whatever. And then it also has your form for people to enter their name and email access for the content. And if you really dig deep into the membership area, you'll also find the follow-up emails that will go out automatically when they sign up. What do you think? Okay, so that's pretty much the chapter, or this phase is what we talked about here. That's pretty much what he talked about in this chapter. I was really searching for something new, something different that he might say that hasn't been said before. I don't know if I hear anything different from him that hasn't been said before. I think with this book, he does have these, he has these phrases, these unique kind of punchy little sayings. Right? Like, for example, I think and he just kind of, I don't know what's the word for his type of speech. It's kind of snarky a little bit.
He's edgy. I guess that'd be the best way to put it. It has a little bit of a comedic, don't give a rat's ass type of swagger to it, so to speak. And he does make it interesting and not boring. And as you correctly stated, there isn't anything new under the sun when it comes to marketing. There's nothing profound in this book that we haven't already come across, or that anybody else could have read in a book that was written 50, 60 years ago. Again, the only thing different is the change of the medium. What I like so far about the book, and I'm even further along, I'm towards the end, I got about 100 pages or so. As compared to all the other marketing books that I've read, from the Secrets trilogy to Hormozy's, this is definitely more of a workbook style blueprint of a step-by-step way to actually do the deal.
Yeah.
And the way that it's laid out. So it's a definite read through once to absorb it, and then read through again to implement and do it. That's definitely what I like about this book.
Well, I think when we watched his video or his commercial, his ad that he has, he broke it down, and he has this 17-step selling system. And that's what he calls it, is a 17-step selling system. And I've kind of looked into him a little bit further. And I think that's really cool. I mean, because when we're getting into these books, it gives us a chance to kind of dig into the authors a little bit and find out a little bit about their past too. So I think, if I saw correctly, he's been selling since he was like 17 years old.
Yeah, he's had multiple little side hustle type businesses and things like that. And I don't remember the first part of the book where he made that shift into the marketing space, but he seemed to have figured it out fairly quickly and got the capital he needed to scale it out and get the implementers in place. And that's the key. Like, this stuff is great. The information in it's great, but if you don't have anybody on the back end to actually do the work, all you got is a book with a bunch of words in it, man. So if there was one agency that I would hire for myself, would probably be King Kong, to do my work for me. Not saying that I couldn't do my work, but if you have the implementers behind you to do it, that's where the ticket is.
Yeah, I want to throw a shout out to this book that I received, and I had a surprise in it. You see that surprise?
No, what did you have?
I was thumbing through it, and then I noticed a piece of paper, and I said, "Whoa, what is that?" And it's this. Don't you like this? Is cool. I like how I love his homage to copy.
Yeah.
And oh yeah, old school copy. Only marketing morons believe that no one reads long form copy. See, the word morons is one of his kind of shticks,
Yep.
right? He says, yeah, and then oh, he stole one of my posts.
Oh, man. Did he now?
He did. He did. He
Okay.
did. And we were talking about that. I was like, whoa, I did this same post inside of my challenge the first time I did it. And yeah, I made it a game. And during the challenge, one day I put this image up there. And then I said, can you guess what the title was changed to afterwards? Because this book was written and it almost didn't sell. And then the author years later changed the name of it, and then it sold like millions of copy. And that was the crazy thing. Remember, because I said, what's more important? Is it your lead magnet or the way you describe it, or really the title of it? And that was kind of something that would prove that it's really more important how you describe it than it is what your actual lead magnet is anyway.
Yeah,
And
because people judge a book by its cover, 100%. I know they always say don't judge a book by its cover. No, you judge a book by its cover. Okay, 'cause I can tell you, personal story, the 10x rule, right? So I remember being in a Barnes & Noble deal. This was probably back, I don't know, 2015 or 17. I was in Florida at the time, and I was in the business section or whatever. I was in sales time selling cars and things like that. So I was probably looking up some type of sales book. I see this book, yellow, big red 10X on it. So obviously the color and the jacket caught my attention. And, 10X rule, how to get anything and everything you want in the world and all that kind of stuff. And right next to it was the day timer for, the set, the 10X day timer. And I looked at it, and there wasn't a discount on the book at all, because usually there is at a Barnes & Noble. And the book was like, I don't know, 25 or 35 bucks or something like that. I was like, who in their right mind is going to buy a book for 25 bucks, 35 bucks at the time? So I ended up setting it down, and I was like, well, knowing what I know now, I probably would have kicked my, 20, 15-year-old self in the ass, said, spend the money, buy the book, change your life. And, judging a book by the cover type deal. So, yeah, people definitely judge the book by the cover, especially the price on the cover too. So,
but you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But we do. Yeah.
we do. All the time, every day.
Yes.
Make sure it's a good cover and a good title.
We do. And I want to check out this little letter that I got here.
You got a letter in yours?
It's not in yours?
I don't remember getting a letter, because I probably would have kept it in here.
Flip through the book. It's on page 91.
I didn't get a book. I've been past page 91, and I don't remember a letter in here.
Okay.
That must be a new thing that he was doing, because I'll tell you, I did not get a letter.
Well, let me see here. This is a personal letter. This is, I think, this one here. Let's see. This is looks like a stick letter.
Mm-hmm.
Recently, it says, dear friend, recently you bought my book, Sell Like Crazy, and I'm writing to say thank you for your support. The purpose of this letter is not to sell you anything. What's that make you think?
You're going to sell me something.
Exactly. Because you've already bought the book. The point of this letter is to sell you on just reading it right away. Because unlike a lot of other books, it doesn't contain a lot of hot air, fluff, or filler, and it actually lives up to all the promises. That's like the opposite of what you just said. You said it's absolutely full of hot air, fluff, and filler. But let me tell you this, I'm going to do everything within my power to make this the single best investment you've ever made, period. You see, the information in this book has changed my life, and I'm confident it will do the same for you. I've put more than a decade worth of research, testing, and work into this book. You're going to love it. Pinky promise. All right. All right. And thank you again. And then there's this other. Oh, it's this other $1 million in coaching, consulting, and service. So he has a video.
Yep.
Cool. If you're interested in checking that out, it's kingkong.com.au/letter.
Yep. If you want to know what it is, buy the book. There we go. And
Yeah.
This is not a paid promotion for Sell Like Crazy. We're not making a dime off of this video or anything like that. We're not affiliates for him. We just like the book, or at least I like the book. And I think he's doing a bang up job for what he's doing. And it's great. It's good information for what it is. So with that, comes to landing pages. You got to have a landing page, no matter what you're doing, what you're selling. Your website is good. It's a nice, pretty brochure, but that is not what they're, meant for. And again, I see a mistake after mistake after mistake of these websites that are not set up properly. They don't have the proper headline on the front page. They're asking you to do a quote immediately without, warming you up, buying you dinner first to then eventually get the deal. They're only targeting that 3% of the market that's ready to buy it at any given time, instead of focusing on the long game, that 97%. And I get it. People want deals now. They need to make money now. Most businesses are 30 days from shutting down, and they need the money, but that's only because they don't have the proper foundation in place to have that cushion, so to speak, where they don't know where their next lead is coming from. So that's my soapbox for the night.
If you take a quote from Grant Cardone, he'll say you don't really have you don't have a money problem, you have a people problem.
Yeah.
You have a people problem, and you have to be able to develop a way to continue to, like, the number one reason to set up an opt-in page is to collect their contact information. And it's not always just charging them from the first meet. It's not always asking them to marry you at the first time that you meet, but you can do a little bit of whining and dining. And if you're having problems, because I know it seems easy. It seems easy. And if you're not getting the results that you want, then sometimes people won't know what to change. They'll blame it on everything, Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
They'll blame it on the funnel. They'll blame it on the logo. They'll blame it on, the way the picture is on this side of the page, or things like that. But I think it's really, you just have to be able to communicate and on that page in a way that's going to make your item irresistible, and that's going to compel them to give their email address. Russell Brunson calls it either your hook, your story, or your offer.
Right, exactly. So you want to see one of the first landing pages that I built when I got into the ClickFunnels world? One of the first.
You got it?
I do. I have it up here. Let me go ahead and hold on. Sharing how to generate leads for free.
Let's take a look at this one.
So,
whoa,
this is it.
That.
Yep. So I'll be honest. This was a ClickFunnels template. This actually came from what was it? The 5-day lead challenge.
Okay.
The new one, the 5-day funnel challenge there, and this was based off of Russell's Marketing Secrets Black Book.
Yeah. That's that template. That's that classic template.
100% classic. And you're probably thinking to yourself, okay, why are you using these templates? Well, because they're battle tested, right?
They work.
And they work. And if you went to Funnel Hacking Live actually 3 years ago, first one I went to talked about arrows in the back, right? You don't want to be the guy with arrows in the back. So choose what works. Change the headline, change the subheadline. That's it. I just asked for an email address for easy easy conversions, because the less you have, the less information you get up front,
the more
the easier it is for it to convert. And this has all of the what are we calling it? The things you need. You got the headline, subheadline, image, opt-in, you're secure.
Yep.
Check out the privacy policy. You need that. You got to have a privacy policy. Compliance nowadays is absolutely crazy. You need privacy policies, cookies, terms of services, all that stuff. You just can't throw a website up there nowadays and not have those documents in place. The FCC and FTC are going to start cracking down on that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's real.
And you practically can't do business in California without it, especially if you're collecting information. Again, another headline, got the bullet points. There you go. It can be that simple of a landing page when it comes to, doing this free 8-step guide there. And if you want this guide, leave a comment below. I'll send you the link. Yeah, that's it.
Classic. Yeah. Doesn't have to be. All right. Cool. All right. So I think we have beat a dead horse in the ground.
Yep.
With the landing pages today, but we'll come back next week and we'll be doing 4 and 5 next week. So we'll be doing
phase 4. Yeah, phase 4 is a big one. It's the Godfather offer, and that's probably one of the longer sections of the book, but it's the most important section, because once you get their information, what do you got to do? You do have to eventually pitch them your offer. You got to structure a good offer together.
Yeah, and I mentioned Godfather offer when we first started this book, and you said, no, he doesn't have a Godfather offer. And I mentioned how I think Alex Hormozy calls it Godfather offer too, because he says you want to make them an offer so
good they can't refuse.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what he says. If it's some of the same thing, or maybe Alex Hormozy got it from Sabri Suby.
Could be.
Yeah, his book is copyright 2019. When did Alex write?
I don't know.
100 million leads.
Let's see.
All right. And I'm
looking here. Actually, it says copyright 2023, but I don't think. No, that's leads. We need offers.
(2019).
2021.
Ooh. Thanks for tuning in. Give us a hashtag where you're watching from down in the comments. Love seeing you. Thanks for watching Pitch Practice, the show. We'll be here again next Wednesday. No one has any traveling to do, so we should be here.
We should be. You got Eclipse plans? Are you going up to any place for the totality in Texas?
That's not until April the 8th.
April 8th. Yeah, it's right around the corner, man. You got to make your plans.
And it's on a Monday. I did actually look at it on the calendar. Are you in the path of it?
I'm in totality, 100%. I don't have to leave my house if I don't want to, but I'll be heading up to the farm, because that's even more in totality. Like literally right in the middle.
Okay, okay. I'll have to make some plans. I am man. I was at a Rockets game last week. I'll be at a Rockets game again this weekend. I did the rodeo. You know, speaking of barbecue, and Texas barbecue, I had this. You wouldn't believe how much I spent on a burger last week at the rodeo here in Texas.
$20.
More.
You're crazy.
Yeah, yeah. There's this popular burger that's made by a local Houston rapper named
Uh-huh.
named Bun B. And he started this chain restaurant. Well, he's calling it a chain. I think he only has one location, and it's called a Trill Burger. And he partnered up with one of the popular barbecue restaurants in the Houston area called Killen's Barbecue. Well, they put the two together and they've called it a Trillin Burger. Trill Burger, Killen. And check out this burger. Hold on.
What is it? Onion rings and bacon, and that's a mess. I wouldn't eat that.
It's two quarter pound smashed patties with cheese, and there's 3 pounds of brisket with barbecue sauce and onion rings. Yeah.
No thanks. So Dallas, Texas, man. Actually, just east of there, you can be 1:40 or Central Time. 1:40 p.m. Central Time is when totality begins.
When totality begins. Hey, when is 10X conference is coming up?
It is. I think it's like next week.
And I've seen some little ads for attend virtually for free.
Yep.
But I'm pretty sure it's one of those what do you call it? You know, what's that funnel where you don't pay until the end?
Nope. It isn't.
That's called an invisible funnel. I think that's what it's called, invisible funnel, where you get to attend for free.
It is, but that isn't this funnel. No, this is a free plus VIP upgrade. And then he pitches Cardone University for like $495, which totally undercuts what I'm selling it for. But I mean, I could sell for $495 a year. I just wouldn't make very much money.
Interesting. I think I have access to one of his programs, right?
You do. I don't remember which one it is, but yeah, I got access to all of them. But yeah.
But this was the one from his Unbreakable Challenge, that one that he did at the beginning of, that was last year, right?
Yeah. And if that's the case, I think I just bought that again. Because you got access. Well, I bought it again, essentially having it on my, anyway, we won't go into that. But yeah, that is the upgrade. So you got the VIP upgrade. So here's the funnel. So free, you can watch for free. You got the VIP upgrade, which probably gives you a separate Zoom room or something like that to network in. And then also for $67, you can buy the rest of the 10X growth conferences. And then after that page, it then takes you to the upsell for Cardone U, $495 for the year. And then after that, if you decline that, it takes you to the final registration page for whatever it is, and you fill out the form for them to call you and sell you their business growth services.
It's in Vegas again, right?
No, I think it's in Florida.
Oh, okay. I may have to check that out because I really enjoyed watching that whole 10X conference online. That
go in person. In person's better.
I bet. I like the stage they had that one time, and when Elena came out and she talked, and then he had some pretty powerful, really good speakers there, but he never announces the speakers, right?
Nope.
He never announces them, but hopefully maybe we'll do some reviewing of that here on Pitch Practice, the show, but we'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll talk about the pitches during the deal, because there's some pitches in there.
Yes. All right, time for me to get something to eat because my stomach is starting to growl.
All right, my man, take care, enjoy the night. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you next week.
Take care, everyone.